Jerry. Jerry is at the movies. Video game week. My favorite picks for video games. And again, so like I said, my childhood was kind of different. You know what I mean? Wasn't out in the streets, man. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't part of gangs. Wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, ran after girls, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But in school, though, you know what I mean? Ran after girls around the way. Ran around girls around my block and stuff like that. So, yeah, but in my quiet times, my quiet space, video games, baby. And this is one of my favorite video games of all time. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. When it first came out, I mean, you know, Mike was at the top of his career. And the funny thing about it, this is the adaptation from the original. The original was an arcade game. I used to play the arcade game. Used to play the arcade game in the pizza shop, and you know what I'm saying, like walking towards my boy's house. Used to, you know, sneak into the, you know, these little barber shops and stuff that had the original Punch-Out in it. You know what I mean? The arcade version. When we found out that there was a home version for Nintendo, oh, we was amped. And when we found out it was Mike Tyson, we was like, yo, I played this at my friend's house. Like I said, things like this put pride in your body as a kid, because, like, you know what I'm saying, I don't know, as a kid, man, you finding anything and everything, like just you know what I mean, like boys, you know what I'm saying, like girls. I don't know about girls in their terms of endearment, but for boys, it's, you know what I'm saying, like boys just feel like they have to prove themselves, and oh man, it's a rough childhood, and it's a rough childhood if you don't have a you know what I'm saying, like if your dad's not around to kind of, you know what I'm saying, put pride in your soul and teach you that not everybody's gonna love you. You know what I mean? Not everybody's gonna love you. Everybody, some people gonna downright hurt you on purpose. You know what I'm saying? So when stuff like this comes out as a kid, you are focused and you fighting these fighters, and you know what I'm saying, and trying to beat them. You know what I'm saying? And when you finally beat them, man, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, it's just something about it, man. It's just something about it, man. It just makes me remember how I felt beating fighter after fighter after fighter. And then you get to this fighter, you get to one of the fighters that got a belt, and you beat them for the title. You know what I mean? It was a lot of fighters in this. It was a lot of fighters, man, and a lot of fighters. It took me a long time to beat, man. You know what I mean? And when you beat them, man, yo, it's just like, I don't know, man. It just did something to you. You know what I mean? As a kid. I know a lot, you know, you wouldn't understand that as an adult, but as a kid, now you get it now. Like as I'm older, you get it now. And then, you know, and parents are like, oh, you know, video games is rotting kids' brains, and it's violent, and you know what I'm saying? But look, better him fight on a simulation than fight outside. You know what I mean? Because if his aggression had a lot of anger growing up, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I mean? Like you know, from a divorced home, you know, father's not there, brother is, you know what I'm saying, older, so he doesn't hang with you. You got a younger sister that bothers you. So, you know, a lot of anger, man, you know what I mean? And you need something for that anger. And look, I channeled it in these. And yo, when you finally get to Tyson, Tyson hits you with one blow. It's out. It's out. Over. Like, yo. So you gotta learn his hand-eye coordination. It's like, here he come. Cause he'll stand there. It's broom. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you gotta know how to broom. Boom, blah, blah, blah. Yo, it took me like maybe all summer to beat Mike Tyson. When I finally beat Tyson, I remember it like it was yesterday. I was in front of my friends, in front of a lot of guys that didn't like me, you know what I mean? And bullied me, you know what I mean? When I beat, it was almost like they didn't like me after that. It's almost like they didn't like me after that. Like somebody that, and it just, it's funny thinking about it, man. It really is. You know what I mean? The psychological stuff of things. When you conquer stuff in front of your enemies, you know what I mean? They don't like you. They gotta respect you though. You know what I mean? Because they didn't do what you just did. You know what I mean? Maybe subconsciously I wanted it to happen like that. Where I beat Tyson right in front of them. Y'all didn't even do that. You know what I mean? I'm over here being with y'all and want y'all to respect me and want y'all to be cool with me the way I'm cool with y'all. But y'all, you know, bully me at every turn, angry with me for no reason. Little kids are terrible, man. Little kids are terrible. So in your brain, you like, I gotta find something that's gonna make me feel like I'm worth something. You know what I mean? Parents are working. Parents are trying to pay bills. So parents don't have time to give you anything, you know what I mean? Anything of substance where you feel like you conquered something. And it happened to be video games. I don't know if video game gamers and people that created these video games, I don't know if they had that in mind. Where they were like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like the kids, they're going to be proudful when they win. You know what I'm saying? But to beat Mike Tyson, you felt like you beat him. You felt like you beat a monster in your closet. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, that used to be the thing. Monsters in your closet as kids. Monsters in your closet, monsters underneath your bed. You know, a lot of fear, conquering fear. You know what I mean? It's important, man. It's important for children. And Mike Tyson's Punch-Out had to be kind of that video game, man, of conquering, you know what I mean, of fighting. You know what I'm saying? You're not physically fighting, but you fighting mentally and strategy, even as a kid, man, because kids don't process it as, you know, and the lines of reality can get blurred where, you know what I'm saying? Where you feel like this is real. You know what I mean? This is real. You be in school and not listening to the teachers. You like, yo, I gotta get home, man. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna do this. On the weekend, you might not, your mother might not even let you play it to the weekend. This is school week. Play it, you know, you're going to play it on the weekend. So all week you wait till Friday. You wait till Friday, man. You wait till Friday. And could be the reason why I was able to dodge a lot of the pains of society as a kid, to be honest. Nintendo, man. I know it sounds cliche. I know it sounds weird. And it sounds funny, but Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, man, was one of those, man. Shout out to Mike Tyson's Punch-Out video game week, man. Put out all my video games that I loved as a child, you know what I'm saying? Cheesy graphics, but a great video game to play, man, to pass the time and to show the power of a kid and his imagination of conquering all of his fears. And that's all the time we have. That's my synopsis of Mike Tyson's Punch-Out video game week continues. And you know my slogan. So what are you watching?